This abandoned city was terrifying at night. The streets were cracked and glowing faintly. A thick fog rolled in, covering everything in an eerie silence. The only sound was the wind whispering through the trees and the occasional hoot of an owl. As I walked through the deserted streets, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Every shadow seemed to have a face in it. Every sound seemed to come from nowhere. Then I saw it, a narrow alleyway with a flickering lantern on the wall. As I approached, I noticed something strange. There was a trap door hidden beneath the trash bags, and as I reached out to open it, it glowed faintly. I hesitated for a moment, then knelt down and opened the trap door. A golden light spilled onto my face, and I felt a sudden rush of air. I looked up and saw a long staircase spiraling downward into the darkness. At the bottom of the stairs, I found myself in a vast underground hall. In front of me were endless shelves of bone and glass, and in the distance I heard the faint echo of someone breathing. What do you do when you find a creepy book in an antique store? You take it home, of course. But this one was different. The pages were moving on their own, the ink rising like a tide. I tried to ignore it, but then the letters started floating off the page. I reached out to touch them, and the book recoiled as if alive. Then I saw it. A shadowy figure standing between the shelves, taking the form of a man, yet not quite human. It moved closer, and I could hear its voice echoing through my mind. The voice. I turned to run, but the shelves seemed to bend around me, trapping me in place. I felt something brush against my neck, and I froze. Was it a hand? A finger? I didn't dare turn back to look. And then, just like that, the room was empty. The books, the shelves, the mist, all gone. I was alone in that antique store with no way out. I screamed, but no one came to help. Because in this antique store, the only way out is up. The walls of this room are shifting. They're turning into mirrors, and each one is reflecting the darkest parts of my memory. There's something about this place that doesn't feel right. A blank book was just writing on its own, and now the ink is glowing red, spelling out our names. The shelves are snapping shut like jaws. And what is that dripping from the ceiling? It looks like red liquid. I don't know what's happening, but it feels like the room is closing in on us. Like the walls are getting closer and closer. And then the ceiling started blooming with massive eyes, all staring at us silently. I don't understand what this means, but it feels like something terrible is about to happen. Something cosmic, something dreadful. A book in an antique shop. An open book glowing with white light. I was drawn to it. It felt important. Then the words started rearranging themselves on the page in front of me. I'm not making this up. This is what it said. The Antichrist will rise again. His legions await him in the shadows, whispering his name, calling him back to power. Wait, there's more. Beware the serpent's kiss. Only the righteous will survive.